Hi guys, it's Lynn with Security National Mortgage, and I am here with my realtor partner,
Francis Kalani with the Caldwell Group, powered by Realty One. Can you talk to us about things that they would need in order to get that pre-approval?
Absolutely. So kind of what you said, right? Like there's the interest rates, there's the prices of homes, the market. None of that matters until you are ready to rock and roll and buy a house. You have that letter in hand on Francis, I've been pre-approved for $500,000. Find me these homes. Stop. This is the home I like. Let's put an offer. None of that matters until you can secure that financing. So my best friend always says, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. A lot of the times our clients are looking to buy a home and they get that buyer's fatigue. It is a real thing. I've gone through it. You have gone through
absolutely.
it. And if you are not parsing out step by step, you are going to get burnt out. Oh my gosh, but interest rates are high, but the prices are. Don't worry about any of that.
It's overwhelming.
It's very overwhelming. Yeah. None of that applies to you, or don't think about it, or it's not important. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Of course all of those are important. It is, but not until you can secure that financing. And so how they get that first step is you've already spoken to Francis. Yeah. You've already told her your dreams, what you're looking for. She's answered your question. Second step, it could happen simultaneously. Sometimes people do one or the other first, is to speak to a lender. Whether it's me, your bank, your credit union, a broker. To get pre-approved starts with understanding who you are. You as the buyer. We establish the financial baseline. And we look at those three things, income, assets, credit, because you want to think of a home loan as it sits on a tripod. If the income, assets, credit. If that one leg of that loan is weak, but the other two are, you can potentially hold up a loan. But if two of those legs are weak, well, that tripod's going to fall over, of course. So we need to understand who you are first and foremost. Then we go into everything else, right? So let's take one bite of that elephant at a time. And so what I typically do to start, I always pull a soft inquiry. Okay, so I pull two of the bureaus first. This doesn't have any impact on your credit. This is just kind of us to look at it, scratch the surface. We talk about those three things. And during my initial consultation, you never have to fill out an application. You never have to do anything you don't want to do. This is a phone call, video call, or in-person meeting. I want to understand who you are first, what you want, what your goals are, and your time frame.
Super important time frame.
Yep, absolutely. If after that conversation you feel good about moving forward, then we go with a home loan application. Those three things that we talked about, we put that on paper. I run the soft credit inquiry. And let's say your credit score comes back at a 500. Maybe we have a little bit of work to do. Yeah. And that's what we tackle to get you to the pre-approval. Now, I don't pull a hard inquiry, right? I don't work on getting you pre-approved just yet because now we have things to work on. But if I look at you and those three things, income, assets, credit, look good, then I'm going to ask you for some docs. So what we do is ask you to verify everything that we had talked about. So based on that application, it says that you work at the MGM Grand as a poker dealer. Well, let's see those pay stubs again. Let's see what your income history is. You tell me that you have X amount to buy this house. Let's take a look at those bank statements. Let me verify that. Let me make sure that there are no large deposits of cash in there because you may have $20,000 in there, but there's $10,000 in cash that was just deposited yesterday. Where did that come from? And we will ask. That's where those documents come to help back up that application so that we can go a little bit more into depth. If it all looks good, then you get pre-approved. Then you call me. Then you call Francis back, or I'm going to communicate with you. Hey, John Doe over here is pre-approved for this amount. We're looking good.
It's an easy process. But I think a lot of people feel like it's an end-all, be-all once they hear that, we didn't get pre-approved, but there's always a way to sit there and fix those issues. All it is an obstacle.
And I feel like where people fail themselves a lot is they go online and they read, oh, I need a 700 credit score to qualify. Well, I don't have that. So I'm not going to move forward right now. I'm not going to call Francis. I'm not going to call Linda because Google says that I don't qualify.
Don't believe Google.
Don't. You're probably watching this on YouTube or social media. And I'm like, be careful with that as well. The message is that your situation is incredibly unique to yourself.
Yeah.
And so let's find out what works for you. Yeah. Don't listen to, and a lot of this is like old information too, because these guidelines change all the time. When I talk to them, they're like, well, I don't think I qualify. Well, why don't you qualify? Oh, because I was doing my research and, it said that I need 20%. Stop.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, there's all kinds of programs and stuff out there that help people.
Yes, exactly. And you don't need 20% of help. I really thought I needed, $50,000 to qualify. And I was like, and that's why you want to be careful with the information that you find. Absolutely. Because that may be true for somebody else.
And I think too, like that right there is the reason why it's super important for somebody to work with a realtor and a loan officer, because we're in their best interest at the end of the day, not anybody else's. And we want to help those people.
Yep.
We don't want to see people sit there and backtrack or think that they can't do it. There's always a possible way to do things, and we're here to help figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. Yeah.
I'm super happy you're here.